I wanna party with Heather.
Been saying that all day, bro.
I wanna party with Heather. We spending 50s and better.
So after Mark and his mom gave Oliver a hug, hoping that he doesn't turn into an even more evil version of Dexter, Mark noticed that there was someone spying on them, so he flew out the window to grab the camera, but it blew up. And we see that the person watching has the Twitch stream pulled up, and I thought Cecil was a stalker. But Mark brings the device to Rudy to try and get some answers to who could have been spying on him. So, who was it? I don't know, but it is from Earth. And it's very dangerous. Stop that voice changing shit. But yeah, the person who made this has significant resources. Oh, you talking about that money? Shit, if you gonna press that nigga Cecil, make sure you take some of his bands. I need me some of that. So Mark wastes no time to break back into the Pentagon and destroy some robots until he falls to the ground, squirming and rolling. And Cecil shows up using that sound device again. Hey nephew, you could have just knocked. Nah, what's up with you? You spying on my family again? And tossed him the device. Yeah, look at that shit, bitch. I caught you. Cecil looked over at Donald just to look back and said, hold up, that ain't us. Mark realized that Cecil wasn't lying and got up. He just made this mess for no reason. Look at this robot right here. I ain't never seen legs bent like this. Ain't even apologized, just looked at his phone. Oh shit, the weather is looking real nice today. And proceeded to leave. But Donald had to ask just to make sure. Yo boss, I thought we were spying on him. Oh yeah, for sure. Just not with this specific device. Mark goes to his date with Eve, and they can't get no peace and quiet. A portal opens up right next to them, and these two show back up, saying that Invincible has to come with them right now, no time to explain. Eve said, nah, get to talking. And they explain that their names are Dropkick and Fight Master. They got their ass beat that first episode though. Niggas be calling themselves anything. These days you hear somebody named Mr. Gon' Boom You to the Moon. Whole time he looked like these. But they tell Mark that they're from the future and need him to come help overthrow their king. But Mark says that he's clearly busy trying to get some poom poom, so this gon' have to wait till after that Brody boost wears off. So they use Reliable and get the gaslighting. I guess that you're not the hero we thought you were. But that ain't work. So they went ahead and snatched him, caught bro on a date. So he picks them up asking them where he's at. And they tell him that they took him to the future, promising him that if he helps, they give him back the Declaration of Independence. A damn nickel for saving the world, he's getting fleeced. By the way, where can I stash my clothes? And that's when another version of him pops up and takes that shit. Damn, I'm chopped. And they explain to Mark that when the king first showed up hundreds of years ago, he was helping the world, making it a better place. But one day said, "Oh, fuck that!" and got to making people slaves and throwing them in prisons and turning off their Wi-Fi too. Oh nah, he needs to be put down immediately. So they cause a disturbance so that they can get the guards to bring them to the king. They get there and Mark is like, wait, where you bringing them? They going to get killed. Oh damn, that's tough. Mark goes up to the tower to meet the king, and this man is trying to look cold. He think he Red Hood, dare I say even the GOAT. Mark breaks out the cuffs just for the camera to slowly pan up. Immortal? Ain't no way they're getting enslaved by the Immortal. And the second he would have put his slimy fingers on my new suit, his beard not gonna be the only thing getting chopped off. Mark tries to explain to the Immortal that he's invincible from the past, but Immortal started pointing at him. He don't give a shit. Even started choking Mark and picking him up, saying that all of this is Mark's fault. He's the one that convinced the Immortal to rule the earth and protect it. As if he couldn't have just resigned himself. You not even getting paid for this shit, my nigga. But Immortal is getting desperate and says to Mark, send me to MLK, please. I can't. Why not? You enslaved people and tortured them. You not going to the same place as MLK. And that's when he starts levitating, begging Invincible to end him anyway. But Mark said, man, you tripping. And Immortal couldn't take it anymore. Rushed in with a right uppercut and carried him to bounce off the glass ceiling. Who he feeling like? Invincible kicks him off, tries to run, but nah, gets hugged to the ground. And Immortal was really trying to piss off Mark, started grabbing his neck and raising his fist. The audacity from the peon calling himself a king is crazy. Invincible punted him again and tries to run, and the Immortal grabbed his leg, and that's when I hit pause. He's really getting worked by the Immortal, getting slammed into a pillar and thrown into a wall. And the Immortal came out the smoke, holding this big ass piece of the pillar and launching it at Invincible, who slides out the way, telling Immortal to stop and get some therapy. It's okay. but he decides to fly down and give Mark a Devious combo, grabbing his head. And that's when Dropkick and Fight Master, who escaped from the other guards, show up to spectate. Immortal looked back, saw them, and dashed towards them, just missing the target, and jumped at bro, grabbing his neck with one hand, trying to give Mark every reason to fight back. So Invincible tackled him off and ended up catching that Goku versus Broly treatment. Got spun around and told to eat rocks and tossed like some garbage. Gut punch, left, he's on his ass, holding his hair follicles and beats him. And Mark had enough, grabbed his skull and ended him for good. And Mark, after having to deal with that shit, drops to his knees. The Immortal was so annoying. And on his way back, now we know why he was so miserable when he took those clothes from himself. And when he goes back to the present, he explains all of it to Eve and can't believe he really had to do that. Hey, but at least he got the Declaration of Independence, and they put it back where it belongs. A damn piece of paper. We move on to the space prison, and the narrator was glazing Alan, like how y'all niggas be glazing LeBron.
Alan the alien sits in a Viltrumite prison cell. These shackles cannot hold him. These walls cannot hold him. This prison cannot hold him. Because Alan the alien is unstoppable.
Yeah, the D writing was egregious. But it was time for Alan's plan to get underway. Nolan was complaining about how bad of a man he is, all the bad things he's done, how he treated his wife, his kids, pretty much the whole damn planet, and Alan told him to shut his ass up. Listen, man, we need to break out so we can rendezvous with Mark and your other kid, whatever that little nigga's name is. But Nolan wasn't moving, and it was time for his execution. Two Viltrumites bring him down to the chamber, but Alan broke out the cell to try and free Nolan. So while Nolan is getting jumped, Alan goes ahead and breaks out every prisoner in the area, trying to cause a riot to take out the guards. But the other prisoners are all bums. I'm talking flight on any basketball court. This shit was sad. And that's when he looks behind him, sees the gigantic cell with 14 different locks. They've got the most vile thing locked up there. You would have thought it was Rod Wave's music. But when Alan opens up the door, he walks in to see Battle Beast. Yo bro, there's a party outside. Mad bitches twerking, you gon' love it, trust. Can I fight them? Nah bro, you tripping. You see how he not smiling? He wants to box and Alan is talking about some women. But once Alan said that there's Viltrumites in the building, Battle Beast started smiling. That's all he needed to hear. Nolan is still getting beat up bad. Head grab, knee in the face, chin getting massaged and boomed with an uppercut. Alan then breaks through to the execution room, but it's empty. And Battle Beast had enough, started pressing Alan. Where are the Viltrumites? Alan was not trying to turn into Ace, so he got to work trying to find Nolan and realized that they're down below. Dropped down and Battle Beast was fiending. Walked up, taking his sweet time, smiling from ear to ear. Ran in to kick one off screen and got to chasing the other. Got rocked and snatched his cranium, practically palming his head. Knee to the headbutt. Alan tries to free Nolan but ran into a screen and he ended up catching a disastrous gut punch, falling on his face, kicked over and is getting stomped on, even catching a beat down. And that's when Nolan decided to break out from their cuffs and send bro flying through a wall. Keep your distance. And look at this man, Alan. Bro. Nolan had to tell him to get up. The beating wasn't that bad. But this is where Nolan shows he still got it. Missed a couple shots, got his arm swiped, duck, weave, block, miss, you can't touch me nigga, and made him look at the floor pattern. And they thought this was Dragon Ball. They both hit each other at the same time, but Nolan is the one that gets sent. But Alan knew the play, called for the sub, and gave bro a left to the jaw, knocking him down. Battle Beast is still fighting, getting put on the floor, and the other Viltrumite gets back up from his slumber. And that's when Alan gets the idea to open up the prison wall and let everyone fly out into space. Battle Beast takes that opportunity to claw his chest, while Alan and Nolan decide to jump their target one more time. Nolan was holding him still, and Alan was using him as a punching bag. Even threw him away. Unk was trying to shake off the damage, that CTE. Went back in for the attack, missed, and it was over from there. And Battle Beast was just trolling for real, enjoying his fight, but was locked up for too long.